Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dear Diary. Today, with someone very close to my heart, please meet Ashhwika Soni, founder of Ashhwika Foundation and Naari campaign. Hi, Ashhwika.
Hi, Miss Poonam. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you today?
Very well.
I hope you're as excited as I am for this one.
100%.
Okay, so we'll start. We just want to dig in a little bit. Tell us at such a young age, you co-founded Ashhwika Foundation. So can you just take us through a little bit on your personal, the whole journey that you have been through?
Right. So, Ashhwika Foundation started as a culmination of a few projects.
Right.
I had been dealing a lot with youth organizations and other foundations as well.
Right.
So, Ashhwika Foundation had been derived as a shared experience of my mother and myself. Um, we work on two sectors, mental
Right.
health and well-being, which is from my experience, my traumas. We've come into this sector, and women empowerment, which is from mum's side. So Ashhwika Foundation has now become a brainchild of us, and honestly, the events that we've done, the experiences that we've culminated over the past 3 years, have just been, in one word, actually undescribable. Because the experience that I had been through when I was going through my shared traumas or my part of life, I was struggling a lot with self isolation, self doubt, not feeling like I'm worth in my own body, not being comfortable or confident enough. But seeing how Ashhwika Foundation has impacted lives of students, children, and a lot of women as well has been miraculous.
No, absolutely. I think I've been a part of some of the events, and I think it's brilliant. But you came up with it at a very young age, and I think not nobody I know of that age has come up with something so beautifully, and then made sure it's gone through its phases or ups and downs, but been so successful.
Right.
So congratulations to you on that, Ashhwika.
Thank
So
you.
tell me more, Ashhwika. I see a lot of awards, of course. You've always been a brilliant child as well. So tell me a little bit about your TEDx journey. I think you did, you did go on and speak about it on a platform. So tell
Right.
us a little about that as well.
So I started TEDx when I was 16. That was the first talk I did. And it was, in one word, I was so nervous. I had no idea what I was doing, actually. But when I went on stage and I started talking, it felt so natural because it was about Ashhwika Foundation. And it was about something that is, true, something in essence that I feel in my heart. So that idea in itself was so. I honestly don't have words about it when I think about my TEDx experience. But these awards, everything that I've gained has been through public speaking and through putting myself out there. I think that's what's more important, to be confident, even when you're a little behind maybe the scenes or you're not feeling that confident. Fake it till you make it.
Absolutely.
So although it was very scary as a first time speaker on such a huge platform, but in the end, I am grateful to have done it, and I'm grateful that a lot of people now know Ashhwika Foundation because of that.
Well, I think it's brilliant, and you just gave me goosebumps, Ashhwika. So, just walk me through the destination a little bit, in the sense, the ideation, the impact that you have made on so many lives that have come across Ashhwika Foundation or the Naari campaign. So, can you take us a little bit through, like, how many lives, have become better with this entire journey?
Right.
So, and where it started off, in the sense that how many were you doing initially, and now where have you reached with this foundation?
Right. So this is our second center that we've created. The first center was in the same locality, but a different area. We were struggling, honestly, to get a lot of students to come because nowadays the mentality, especially in areas like slum areas, right? It's that why should we, come study?
Right.
Why should we, especially for women as well, because they're the providers of these families,
Absolutely.
right? They have to do cleaning, dishes, everything. And a lot of these women now also, when we go do surveys, so we do surveys every Saturdays, and when we ask these women, they're like, "Oh, we have work to do, and we would rather earn money from going somewhere else, cleaning dishes, than coming here and learning a skill." However, in the long term, it's more beneficial to understand these skills, to get that skill set that we teach. So we're teaching computer classes and sewing classes, right? So sewing classes is full of the women that we have. We have currently 24 students, which has been an increase, a very exponential increase. And for the computer class, we have, I think, 20 students, 21 students, and we've had 19 students who graduated already from the course. So now a lot of them have gone and done jobs. They're currently working in marketplaces. Before, they didn't have the skill set, so they could not, perform.
Right.
And were not able to get those jobs. That's how they enrolled with Ashhwika Foundation. And I'm proud to say that we've gotten a lot of students jobs. So that is just something in my heart.
And it's such a great feeling, right? I mean, how you can shape up lives of so many, so many women, so many children who didn't have that, And so tell me a little more, Ashhwika. I just want to understand, how did you tailor your mental health problems for teens? I mean, it's very difficult today to actually, tell a teen that, you are facing this issue, or for them to acknowledge that, yes, I am facing this issue. How difficult has it been to really put this forward, to let everybody know that this is the kind of work you're doing?
Right.
It's like the ideation, of,
Yeah. So Ashhwika Foundation did start as an awareness campaign, right? So what we work on is to get people aware about mental health and wellness, because mental wellness has become a stigma now. It's become a taboo, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people fear from talking, depression, anxiety, these are words that should be shunned from society, is what the market, thinks. What people, our generation also now has started to understand, but I think it's still there. It's very prevalent, right? Understanding mental health in itself is something that I think we've catered more towards the teen section, because a lot of children nowadays, especially after COVID, right, we've gone into self-isolation, gone into just personalization. You're not understanding your own self at a point, That ideology, I think, is something that needs to be, pushed away.
Pushed away. Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
So I think that is what we're understanding, or what we're trying to do with Ashhwika Foundation. And we're catering a lot. We're doing workshops with schools, colleges, putting up stalls to promote all the products that these women have made as well. So a lot of work is going on behind, and happy to say that we've impacted a few lives. We've connected a few people with psychologists that we have in-house. And yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Well, it's amazing. I think, again, I have goosebumps. So another thing, Ashhwika, now, since you mentioned schools, right? Tell me, you go into a school.
Right.
How difficult is it for you to overcome these problems of convincing the school and the parents, to sort of understand that this is required? Right? I've dealt with anxiety, and I don't think many people know about it, but I've been a part of that journey. And I know how difficult it is to come out and say, this is what I deal with.
Right.
So how difficult has it been for you to convince a school or a parent to say, okay, we must do this?
Right. I think it's hard initially, because a lot of people nowadays have lost that trust in a foundation, right? That would be the first thing I would say. But at the same time, again, when we're talking about mental health, we're talking about anxiety, depression, bullying. From that standpoint, it's become like, okay, we don't have this in our school. Some teachers, some school institutes are just oblivious of the fact that these issues exist. And a lot of people think that depression, will not come in a teenager. It will come to you after you're 20, 25, when you're working. What do you have to be depressed? But there are a lot of issues that someone my age would be facing, right? Someone who feels like the world is against them, who's isolated in that sense.
Yes.
So it's important for schools to understand this. It's been hard. We've been reaching out to schools constantly. Our volunteers have been reaching out to schools. We've done a few workshops as well in my personal school as well. We've done it in Hansraj College. We've done it in a few institutes in like Shriram as well. We're planning to do it with other institutes. So it's been a good journey. We've done a few workshops with Amity University as well. So it's been great. But again, that aspect is always there, that the schools feel a little
reluctant, and they're like, we're not sure if you want to do this.
Yeah. So that's always there.
Right. Of course. I mean, I think awareness is so important, and I hope it comes to everybody at the right time. So, and tell me this, Ashhwika, like, we all know, I think people who know you would know, you wear many hats.
Right.
You're a speaker, you're a golfer, you're an athlete, you're a brilliant student, right? I know your marks, so I can say that for sure. And then you also have this foundation. So, how do you set your priorities and your time, uh, you know, with regard to the foundation?
So when I was in 10th, my teachers used to be absolutely enraged that I used to be so much in social work. And like, study, your social work doesn't matter. And I was like, ma'am, it's something that's coming from my heart, It's something that I don't know when this happened or when that eureka moment came, but I just started loving service, like doing something for the community. That thought in itself is what drove me. It was like, okay, I need to do something, to support people, to help them face the challenges that I faced, and to
Right.
not be alone while they face those challenges. So managing work, managing school was a little hard.
And I remember your school would go until 4, 5.
Yeah.
4, you'd come home, and then
Yeah.
there would be something or the other, that classes. I mean, we know kids, right? Everybody
Yeah.
has so many things to do.
So I used to, I also took up like doing a lot of courses with different institutes and like Big Red Group or like different, organizations.
Right.
And MUNs, round squares. I was in everything, but my studies did suffer a little. I'll be
It doesn't look
honest.
like looking at the grades.
A little bit, but yeah, I think that discipline or that structure that I had in my life at that point is something I needed to build, which my mother, my other half, had helped. So yeah.
That's really nice. I mean, not all parents think, and think so much. And nobody has that time to create so much and give it so much time, right? Great. And so tell me, Ashhwika, what do you take back with so many events that you've done, so many celebrations, so many birthdays?
Yeah.
Even if I know there are some students, women who come here, they have birthdays, and then you celebrate those birthdays in a
Yeah.
very special way. There is so much that you do for them. So tell me a little bit, what have you taken back from everything that you have done?
So, I think these celebrations are a moment to bring the community together. So, I celebrated my birthday here as well, a few days later, although, because I was traveling. But I can still remember all these girls were smiling and they were laughing. They were so happy to be included. And, we bought like cake, a big cake. And all of these women had gotten that. And we were, singing songs, having discussions. We had our psychologist as well at that time, like Healer. So
Mhm.
she was also discussing with them. It was such a great experience, I think, and for everyone who comes here. So the events we do as well. Again, we work on the preventative and awareness measures of mental health. So understanding that part, I think, again, is unique. Is something that I've not seen a lot of people focus on. But as a foundation, we're always looking for that moment where we can help people or where we can connect with people, like-minded individuals, youth. So we recently started a youth community as well. Anyone willing to volunteer, that would be perfect.
Yeah, of course.
But
And it's for a great cause.
right, so that would be amazing.
Okay, great. And there's such a positive vibe when you enter the center. I mean, I've personally seen the women, the kids do such amazing work.
Yeah.
Those bags that they make, the kind of covers they make, everything that the crochet dolls they make,
Yeah.
the butterflies. My son is very fond of them.
Yeah.
So even though he goes and gifts them, but yeah, he's always very fond of them. He only wants Ashhwika to send them. So Ashhwika, tell me, what programs or mentors have actually influenced you in a big way? In the sense that, what has really come as a life-changing mentor or a event that has really changed this whole perspective of Ashhwika Foundation? Because I remember you first started Ashhwika Foundation, then Naari came in,
Yeah.
right? So what has really been what has really influenced you in terms of this whole thing is what we want to know.
So I think what influenced me would be the Harvard Piracy course that we did with Big Red Education, right? So at that time, we had to make a social project at the end of the course. It was part of our program, 7-day program. And by the end of it, we had created this project called Project Virangana. Um, After the course ended, after we made our presentation on what it was, so it was on domestic violence, right? After that, we decided to continue it. We were like, why not? We're all like minded individuals. It's something that we want to do. So why not continue it? Even though a lot of the groups had been dissolved by that time. Project Virangana, we called a lot of lawyers, a lot of psychologists, and made them understand, like, asked them about what women have, like what rights do women have in situations where they're being domestically violated. So understanding that part, I
Right.
think, was very important. And plus, these lawyers give a perspective on the policies that these women have, right? So what they can understand, what they can do themselves to get out of a situation like that. That was very important. Plus, the psychologist talked about how this impacts their mental psyche. That trauma that's there will always stay with them.
Right.
And of course, healing in itself is a journey. Right?
Absolutely.
It's not something that can happen in a 4-day course or
Yes.
even a 1-year course. It's something that has to take time. It's
a part of your life.
Yeah, it's a part of your life, and it needs to come from within, right? So that aspect, I think, that was the first time when I was like, I want to do something of my own. Like the way that gave me a high, like an adrenaline rush. I was like, okay, we've helped people. Like that moment of realization was just amazing, I think. So yeah, that was what it was.
No, but really nice. And tell me, Ashhwika, I really just want to know, do you meditate yourself?
So
Do you meditate? Do you chant? do you do you do any of those things just to keep yourself calm in the sense with the storm that you faced yourself? So I just want to know, like, do you meditate?
Initially, I did not. I was very skeptic of these things, but my mother, my rock, honestly, she's been doing meditation, chanting, healing, Reiki, pranic healing, EFT, more than you can name, honestly. But I think her motivation, her strive is what bounced on me as well. And now I try to do some grounding in the morning. So we take a walk in the park. Grounding is when you remove your slippers, just walk, connect with the earth.
Beautiful.
Yeah, reconnect with nature. So that, I think, aspect also was something I've learned from her, and I'm very, very grateful for that inculcation in my life.
That's great. Yeah, it's so nice to know. So, but tell me, so what is your, now coming to the journey we've been, now tell me, what are your dreams for Ashhwika Foundation? Where do you see Ashhwika Foundation a few years from now? What is your ultimate goal for Ashhwika Foundation?
I think my ultimate goal would always be to help people. At the end, that's what I want. But if I look at Ashhwika Foundation as a whole, I would love to open centers all over India and abroad as well, because I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be flying on August for university. So I'm planning to do something there as well. Ashhwika Foundation, our main cause is health and well-being, right? So that, I think, the idea in India itself is very stigmatized. So getting that awareness, if people can freely talk about depression or that they're seeing a therapist as well. Like if you go to someone in India especially, and you're like, okay, I'm seeing a therapist, they label you as someone who's mad. You know? Not someone who's trying to better themselves, someone who's seeking help.
Right.
So that taboo, once it's gone, very difficult process to change mindsets, but that's the aim, that's the vision, and we hope that one day it does happen.
Absolutely, I think the way you're going, it is going to happen, and I definitely see Ashhwika Foundation and Naari campaign at a much higher level with the way you both are working towards it.
Thank
So I think congratulations on that, and it has been such a pleasure speaking to you.
Likewise.
And thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you.
We look forward to having many more sessions with Ashhwika.
Thank you.
Thank you.